This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is Keeping Afloat.
Making a documentary and it was Steve Irwin or somebody talking, they'd be like,
and here we have a creature that's not in its natural habitat. He is a worker, not a man of leisure. But today he's taken leisure, so let's look at this beautiful specimen. Maybe we'll twist his big toe and see if we can fire him up a little bit.
The aforementioned big toe. Talk about living the life. Just taking it easy today. It's another sunny, hot one. Miss Bear's inside in the AC. We just came back from town running some errands and doing wedding stuff and just taking it easy. Might go out on Carl's sailboat later, we'll see. No wind right now though, which is kind of nice. Alright, so here I am again, collecting driftwood for the wedding. So Brandon felt as though the driftwood pieces that I chose a few weeks ago for our arch are too big and thick and heavy and clunky, and that they're going to be a pain in the butt to transport and difficult to make stand in a way that is structurally sound. So he's requested I choose some slightly lighter, smaller in diameter pieces, which is not a problem at all. We have so much. In this massive sea of driftwood, it's taken me all of 5 minutes to find some suitable replacements, which is amazing. Such a great resource we have here. That's a good girl. Sure enough, the wind picked up just a bit and our friends Carl and Marianne came over to kindly trade their sailboat for our house for a few hours. Brandon likes to say Carl was around when the Dead Sea was just sick. As the captain of Miss Hazel, Carl is a staple here on Fontana now. But back in the day, he used to race these laser sailing dinghies in national competitions. You may also recall Carl has been teaching me how to sail. But it's a bit of a challenge to teach a beginner to sail without being on the boat with them. So when he bought this 18-footer, Brandon and I were eager to take it for a spin. Brandon's a pretty experienced sailor, we'll get to that in a minute, and our ultimate dream is to sail around the world. So although we're currently landlocked, it's a treat to have a neighbor like Carl around who not only has a sailboat, but also has the generosity to help facilitate my introduction to this new-to-me way of boating.
alright, so that's the jib sheet, that blue line and that jam cleat. Pop it out because we're going to have it on this side.
Okay.
Alright, sit on this side.
Okay.
You can run that jib sheet. So
This one?
yeah, you're going to want to let it out a little.
What?
The jib
There's
sheet,
two.
That's a halyard. Jib sheet's the one that goes through the car track right there.
Baby, I don't know. This one?
Mm-hmm. This is a block. That's a track. This is the sheet. That's going to go out there.
That sail is called a jib?
Yes, that's a jib. That's a jib sheet.
Okay.
You gotta be careful.
They're giggling back there. Basically, I know nothing. I know nothing. And you guys know we have this dream of sailing around the world, which thank God Brandon is quite adept, but I get kind of frustrated with the terminology and stuff, so I'm trying to learn little by little, mostly by watching YouTube videos, but obviously you need to learn by experience, so here we are.
Alright, right there. Hold it right there.
Should I put it in the, what do you call that?
Yeah, that's a jam cleat.
Should I put it in the jam cleat?
Yes. So that's the jib. Those are jib sheets. This is the main. This is main sheet. Sheets is how you adjust the sail.
Sheet means line that's attached to a sail. Line means rope for you totally landlubbers. All right, we got the motor cut off. We're cruising. just find it quite intimidating trying to learn like how every single little line is rigged and the names of everything that are so not intuitive.
You don't need to know a lot about everything until you get where you can sail, and then you'll start adjusting stuff. You just need to know about your main sheets and your jib sheets, all the sheets, the halyards, how to raise them, lower them, what to do if you get in too much wind. That stuff you learn first, and then you start adjusting. Like that car track needs to be further forward, I think, because I'm getting the wind right at the top of the sail, the middle of the sail, but the bottom of the sail I'm not. And like if you hold this, I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's see, I can take this sail and adjust it. See, I'm not in the wind. You can go and see how that moved it. See that little adjustment, how those telltales went to the right angle?
Yeah.
So a lot of that's to do with this pull. And those are little things that over time you learn, and then you get a little more out of the boat. But in the beginning, it doesn't matter. You're just sailing. Like that's shit when you're offshore for 3 days and you haven't seen anybody and you're bored and you're like, well, let's move this and see what happens. And you're getting 0.2 knots and you're like, oh wow, we're really flying. But no matter what, you're going as fast as a riding lawnmower in these boats, and it's not speed, it's you taking it home with you somewhere. And you can do it like this, or you can use your foot. So you pull it for upwind sailing. Okay, a little tight.
Loosen it.
Yeah. Don't forget you got a tiller over here too. You got to be running the boat. Fall off a little, and it'll gain some speed, and then we're gonna turn. Hold on, we're getting up really well.
Tight like that, or should it be a little loose?
You can let it go a little bit.
There.
So here we go.
Oh.
Now we're safe.
Can you share a little bit about your sailing experience for those who don't know how you know all this?
Started sailing when I was a little kid, going on vacations, and then a guy gave me a sailboat and I lived on it. It wasn't much, it was a little bit bigger than this boat, and I lived on it for 3 years on this lake, basically just saving money. Didn't have a lot of money. And then I had an opportunity to buy a big boat in 2008 or 7 when the crash was hitting, so I went to the ocean and bought a big 38-foot long sailboat. It was like moving into a mansion, and rebuilt the boat for 1.5 years, and then took it off cruising, went in every port on the west coast of Florida, from Louisiana all the way down to the Keys, and just really got into sailing. But really mainly the lifestyle is what I got into. The sailing's fun, but pulling in an anchorage, meeting new people, hanging out with people, that was what I really liked. A lot of freedom to it. My last cruise before I sold my boat was 7 months. I tied it to a dock one time in 7 months, pulled into islands, anchored, hung out, and actually docked the boat one time. It was really cool. But I love it when there's a lot of wind, and when I left here I realized once I got on the ocean that like that's super fun. You got the waves, the wind, it's usually constant. Here in the mountains we leave and it's 10-mile-an-hour breeze, and then we get out here and it's 3 or 4. It's just hard to sail. Like the wind's picking up a little now, so we'll take off a little more. Alright, so when we tack, we're going to turn and go back that way. The only thing we have to run is the jib sheet, because this main has got a boom bang and it's set. And so what'll happen is you're going to hold that. When I tell you to pop it, you pop it.
And then you release it?
Yeah. And then I'll pull this side back to where it should be.
You tell me when to stop? Just let it go all the way?
You're just going to let it go.
Okay.
We got to get it on the other side of the boat just like it is now, but you don't want to pop it too early because you lose your way, and you need to make way to tack.
Okay.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
It's not going to be nothing crazy. Just going to tack.
Let it out? Tell me when.
We got to get on the other side of the wind first. Alright.
It's luffing.
Let it go.
heeling over a tad.
So if you ever get scared when you're heeling over and it's too much,
I do.
you just pop this.
Okay.
And that main will go out there and it spills all the wind and you're not sailing.
Yeah.
Or you turn straight into the wind with the boat and it'll just sit right up.
Oh look, is that the little thing that tells you how much you're heeling?
So you're at 15-degree heel. I probably don't want to go much more than that.
Oh, cool.
So we'll let the main down a little. See, that slowed us down. And then we'll do this and then watch. I'll let that out. See how the boat just went right back?
Yeah. I bet when there's high wind though that you're just super present.
Oh, yeah.
Like just totally tuned into it and senses attuned.
So the wind shifted. It's coming on our beam now on the side of the boat. So the closer to the wind you're trying to sail at the wind, 30 degrees off, your sails, you pull them in tight. As you're falling off that wind, your sails actually, you let them out. All right, you ready?
Yep. Tell me when.
You know when. Pay attention.
Because it moves. Yeah.
I told her, I said, you can look at that boom and look at the ripples in the wave eventually once you get good, and the ripples show you wind direction. Y'all need to take that thing down to the ocean and do some camping on some islands with it. That'd be a great bay boat, jumping down the ditch and stuff.
They are so cute. Goals. Thanks, guys. Oh man, poor Miss Bear has been bit by a snake. See how she won't open this eye? This side of her face is all swollen. It's gonna be okay, Miss Bear. So Brandon's inside talking to our vet on the phone because we've already been given some snake bite meds for if this happened again, because this isn't the first time it's happened with the dog who goes potty in the woods all the time. We're just trying to figure out now which one is which, because we don't know all those
And
chemical
just one of
names.
these shots, right?
Yeah, right. That's one of the injections. If you, I mean, it should do what it needs to do, and in 24 hours, she should be getting better. It's still gonna hurt. She's still gonna be, uncomfortable. And the other thing is, I wouldn't mind getting her on some antibiotics.
You can't even open her eyeball.
Eyeballs are all swollen.
All right, I just shot her full of
Look at that. She didn't even flinch.
dexamethasone.
Tough baby.
You gotta learn to say the drugs are not good.
Yeah.
You're such a tough baby. You didn't even flinch. We keep a real robust first aid kit, you know, for her. I mean, also for ourselves, but especially for her because it's so far to the vet. Our vets are really cool about giving us things that we might need before we actually need them, like a snake bite kit. Really a lifesaver in certain situations where hours could matter.
She is pissed off. She can't look out of her eyeballs. She is not happy.
Her nose is
Alright,
hot. She got a little fever.
For the next couple of days, get you to the point so Brenda gets there. But if anything changes, call me.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna give her this pill. I just shot her with her shot, and we'll go from there.
All right.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
No problem.
It's just so hard seeing your baby sick and hurt and not herself. I mean, we know that she's gonna be okay. Like, this isn't the first time that she ever got bit by a snake. I was petrified. Like, if your dog's never been bit by a snake, it sounds terrifying. Like, I was sure she was gonna die. She's not gonna die. It's gonna be fine. It's just, I hate seeing her like this. Oh, baby bear, look at your swelling. Oh.
Got her right there and right in her nose. She must have sniffed it.
Oh. Look at her. She's so puffy over there. Do not really want to show you guys any more
videos of her, lest you feel the heartache I feel looking at her. It's so sad when she's in pain. We'll report back when she feels better. Oh, look at this. We have a happy bear update. We have a happy girl again, don't we? Yes, we do. We do. Yes, positive update. So Bear is doing just fine. That shot worked wonders last night, didn't it? It did. Within like 3 or 4 hours, the swelling was significantly better. I really couldn't believe it. And then she even wound up eating a couple treats and then eventually dinner, which was amazing. Usually, you know, if she's any kind of not feeling well, she won't eat for days. But she ate dinner last night and then passed out and slept all night, and she seems to be doing just fine this morning. So happy about that. We were definitely worried, even though we knew it was gonna be okay. It's still worrisome. So she's doing just fine. I'm so proud of you, Miss Coco. You are so resilient. You're tough. You're a good girl. I bet we should see the other guy, huh? You are amazing and wonderful, and I'm so happy you're back to yourself. Guarding the house, head on a swivel. Speaking of being prepared for things, another little mishap. Patch kit. My dinghy has a little hole. No clue how it got it. It's small, but it's causing some water in the floor constantly, which is annoying. All right, we got her up, out of the water, motor off. Here's our little culprit right there. Thankfully, it was pretty easy to see.
Get that Clorox wipe so we can kill all this slimy, because we need to make this patch bigger than this.
Okay.
We're gonna mark where the patch goes, and then you gotta put a layer of glue, and that'll seal the little hole up, and then it'll make a layer there, and you put some there, and that dries for 20 minutes, and then you put another layer of glue on both, and then you seal it together.
First layer is basically primer.
Yeah.
And then I have to wait 24 hours, which is so long, to not use my dinghy. Guess we're gonna be riding together, baby. Luckily, we have our wedding meeting with Tabitha together this afternoon. That's really my only plan for today.
You want all your patches rounded that way. They don't have a sharp point for stuff to grab.
So here's our PVC glue. This is what comes in the patch kit along with these patches.
You ready? You get it to the edges because you want this to go a little bit past the edges.
Moment of truth. Oh, we should have got something to roll it with. Hold on. Sunbum. Yes. Improvisation.
It's fine.
It can't be worse. I mean, there's no way more water would get through that. So, and the boat ain't sinking. It's just annoying. Skills that we will no doubt need while sailing as well. You're getting such good practice this week. Checking on Brandon's patch kit. It is much nicer than mine was. His comes with a brush to spread the adhesive, so you don't have to use something like this. Hi, fishies. You bougie, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be bougie if I get a new dinghy.
You quit being so cheap.
I prefer the term frugal.
Oh, well, that too.
We had ourselves a pretty big day of wedding planning stuff. We had several meetings and phone calls and all good stuff. I thought it might be a little stressful, but actually it was really fun. And I feel a lot better about everything now, like everybody's on the same page, and so it's exciting. We're super excited. So Brandon's outside giving Aiko her meds, and then we're gonna have a little kind of date night. I'm gonna make this tropical grain bowl, and we're gonna take our dinner to go on the boat with us and catch sunset. Get her for the
Can't play it for you, I'll get copyrighted, but we were just listening to one of my favorite songs right now. I want you guys to go Google, if you don't already know it, The Pasture by Elephant Revival. Come back here and tell me that that doesn't make you go from here to here. That doesn't just add happiness to your soul. That doesn't make you want to go frolic through a field somewhere. The Pasture. Go look it up, you guys. You will not regret it. I don't care what your taste in music is. Although if you don't like that song, actually I do. You have bad taste in music.